Well, hello again. Here we are. Rather sad day. It's the week after the Irish abortion referendum. At the time, I predicted that the Irish would lose it and lose it badly, which they did. But the scale of the defeat was quite shocking. Almost 70% for slaughtering, chopping up, scraping out, tearing to bits babies. And 30% who thought, maybe killing babies is not such a good idea. Of course, they put it in the language of pro-choice and pro-life, but it's pro-life and pro-death. That's the real thing. How they managed to change this, I don't know. But again, it's another lefty tool to hide the truth. In fact, only one county voted against the abortion. That was Donegal. So we salute Donegal. Well done. But the rest of Ireland's lost the plot. Really lost the plot. Now, it's quite interesting because I'm an Ulster Loyalist Protestant, and I had family burned out of County Cavan in the 1920s. My wife's family were put out of County Cavan in the 1920s by Irish Republican Catholics. But I can assure you I take no pleasure at all in seeing the absolute destruction of Ireland, because that's what it is. The Irish have withstood the English for 800 years. And how did they do that? They survived it because they bred. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. They knew. In fact, Gerry Adams in his own book wrote this. That the English could never defeat the Irish because each generation produced a fresh crop of tens of thousands of young, dedicated lads willing to fight, willing to die for the country. And that's a good thing. Whether you're an Irish Republican or an Ulster Loyalist, it makes no difference. Your youth should be determined to defend their people as they see it in their way of life and their faith. And what we're seeing now in Ireland is a complete destruction. The only reason that now in the north of Ireland, that in Ulster, that the nationalists are in any way, shape or form in power is because of numbers. The terrorist campaign not only did not make any difference to people like me, it actually hardened our position, strengthened our communities, didn't weaken us in the slightest, made us stronger. But where we lost out was the demographics, the breeding game. Adams knows this. Mark McGuinness knew this. Bobby Sands understood this fully, and that's why there's a big painting in the Falls Road saying, "Our revenge will be the laughter of our children." Dead children don't laugh. And now Ireland's condemned hundreds of thousands of its own babies to death. This is something that Cromwell and Trewhelyan could never dream of in a million years. It's unbelievable. And how did it happen? Well, over the last 20, 30 years, Ireland has undergone such a change. Okay, we had the sex abuse scandals in the church and all the rest of it. And people have just abandoned the church. Officially we have mass attendance at 40%. It's nonsense. They take those polls at Christmas and Easter and holidays, so they don't make sense. The real attendance is about 10%. That's the reality. And when a people leave something that's kept them as a people unified for 1500, 1600 years, what do you replace it with? Well, what they've replaced it with in Ireland is cultural Marxism, left-wing ideology, liberalism. I never thought I'd live long enough to see the shocking sight that I seen last week in the streets of Dublin. Tens of thousands of young Irish men and women, more or less kids themselves, dancing in the street when the vote came through. They were actually dancing in the street, drunk, dancing in the street, waving flags, cheering as if they'd won the World Cup. The best thing ever had happened to Ireland. At last we can join Europe. We can be little Englanders, and we too can kill our own babies. Are you mad? Are you completely mad? You resist English rule, occupation for 800 years. You fight the loyalists toe to toe. Then you go and decide, we're going to kill our own kids. That's it, folks. It's over. Game over. Ireland's finished. And now we have this strange, don't know what kind of sexual orientation this president of Ireland has got. No idea. It's some strange thing anyway. It's definitely no traditional. Saying that, don't worry, we're going to grow Ireland's population up to about 10 million. How are we going to do that? We're going to bring in immigrants to boost Ireland's population up to 10 million. This is insanity. Just don't kill your own babies. Your population has grown. It was the only place in Western Europe that had a healthy birth rate. The only place. Everybody used to talk about Ireland like the Holy Grail because it had a growing birth rate. Now you've stopped that. Last year, first time ever, the birth rate was slightly below replacement. And then, Instead of saying that normal people would say, oh my goodness, look at the state of England, Germany, France, Belgium, Holland, they're all dying and being engulfed by immigrants because their birth rate's so bad. Now our birth rate, for the first time in history, has now went below replacement. Wow, we better wise up. No, what did the Irish do? Okay, our birth rate's really bad, so we'll kill our babies. Do you understand how crazy this is? It's unbelievable. And, I've shed tears for Ireland. It's unbelievable. The Irish were at one time my enemy. They're not my enemy anymore. My enemies now are people who push things like abortion, who push gender fluidity and all the other rubbish that's tearing our community to bits. And that includes some of these so-called alt-right people and right-wing people, even like Tommy Robinson, who supports abortion, who supports multiculturalism, who supports liberal ideologies. Not my opinion. He said it many times on video. So this is where we are. So now we have Mary Lou McDonald, head of Sinn Féin / IRA in the south, and Michelle O'Neill, head of Sinn Féin / IRA in the north, both holding a banner and screaming like the knitting hags at the side of the guillotine during the French Revolution, the north is next. Well, like many of my predecessors, I would like to say to Mary Lou and Michelle, we're ready for you. Not an inch, no surrender. We will fight you tooth and nail in Ulster. But this time you won't just be fighting people like me, Protestants, loyalists. You'll be fighting Catholics, real Irish nationalists, real patriots. And for the first time in our long and checkered past, well, at least since the 1798, you and your antics, you and your murderous party's antics, have pushed us together, and we're happy to be together. So you're going to face real Protestants, real Catholics in this battle to save our babies. The message is simple. Killing Irish babies is an absolute outrage. You want to add killing Ulster babies to that? It's not going to happen. We will fight you tooth and nail, and I will stand side by side with priests, popes and prelates if necessary to stop this killing. So be aware, folks, this is coming to us. You have to put your differences aside, you have to stand as one, and we must fight as one. Because if we lose this fight, not only the south is finished, but the north is finished. And in a few years' time, we'll just become like parts of England, parts of Belgium, parts of Holland. We'll just become a paradise for the newcomers, for the immigrants. And our ways, our times, our history, our ancestors, our blood will be but a distant memory or a notepad, a note in a book that people read about in school in a few years. So let's stand together and let's send the message out to these people. There'll be no surrender in Ulster. Our babies are sacred. Thank you.